Hello guys, welcome to the first Economics Route podcast. My name is Amir and I'm here today with Ola to talk about cryptocurrency. How you doing, Ola?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Yeah?
Good to be back.
So today's episode will cover everything to do with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and how we can make money from it. We'll also have a second part coming up soon, talking about the future of cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, and also discuss, is cryptocurrency a bubble? And yes, we'll talk about what a bubble actually is. I don't even know myself, to be honest. Okay, what is this cryptocurrency?
Cool. In a nutshell, cryptocurrency is just digital currency that people are using as an alternative to paper money for transactions and as a method of exchanging, buying and selling.
Right.
It's called crypto because it uses a cryptography, which is, for the layman's, it's almost like a mathematical and technological system for solving really complex equations.
Yeah.
The reason behind this is for the security aspect. So because it's digital currency, it's not physical.
Yeah.
When you buy and sell using cryptocurrency, you don't, number one, you want to be able to send that payment securely, and you want to be able to receive it securely.
Yeah.
So, it's using cryptography to aid that transaction.
Do you have to be like an expert on either mathematics or computer science to actually do it? Because every time someone tries and explains to me, or I'll go on YouTube and search what is cryptocurrency, they go through this complex process that like I've heard over and over again, but I still don't understand.
It's mad. I would say don't worry about it. You only really need to understand the cryptography process if like you really want to be in cryptocurrency, because there's like thousands of these now. The most popular one is Bitcoin, but there's literally loads of these.
Why is Bitcoin the most popular one? Why hasn't other types?
I guess it was the first kind of successful one to be able to use cryptography.
Okay. What do you mean successful?
There had been attempts before to digitize currency and find like a decentralized method of exchange that doesn't really involve government, because that's the whole point as well. Its selling point is that it's anonymous. It offers complete anonymity.
Okay.
But because it takes a lot of computing power to do this, it's not easy, and to solve equations as well. You need powerful computers that can do this very quickly.
But what happens if, say, there's someone in his room who's got like 4 CPUs set up, and like he can mine lots of these cryptocurrencies, right? Does that mean like essentially he's got more money than everyone else?
So this is where we need to make a couple of offer a few definitions. Okay. So a miner is different from the people buying and selling using cryptocurrency. Okay. The miner is the person, is almost like the accountant. Okay. Because like I said, when you buy and sell using cryptocurrency, it doesn't just send the money like, oh, here you go, here's £5, here's $5.
Okay, how does it work then?
It basically converts that into a series of equations that then needs to be decoded. Okay. The miner is the person that's decoding it and adding that transaction to what is called the ledger, which is the blockchain. So every time, basically you have to keep track. Yeah. Imagine, one great example to picture this is, imagine we're all playing poker, but none of us bring money or have chips, right? Yeah. So now we've got pen and paper, and we're keeping track of who's betting what, who's making what, who's losing what. And then at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we compare notes to make sure I haven't ripped you off. You haven't ripped me off. Everyone's got the same value. There's a lot of, and then we add that, we finalize the book of transactions of what's happened that day.
So everyone's got a consistent.
Exactly.
I have £10, you have 15.
So these are what miners do. Okay. And as a reward for them mining Bitcoin, i.e. solving these equations and keeping the ledger. Yeah. Also because you don't want to duplicate transactions. You don't want someone to have paid for something using the Bitcoin and then at the same time bought something else using the exact same Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's the whole process. But basically they're rewarded for doing this job. Okay. So what happens is every time they solve these equations, like these transactions, for a block of them, they'll be given Bitcoin for it.
Okay.
And that's how more Bitcoin is created. But this process is different for other cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
So that's where the complication. So a miner is different to the person using it. So yeah, anyone can become a miner, but you need the technology to do that. You need the computing power.
So miners are the ones that solve all the equations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say I want to buy something from you. Yeah. Right? How do I, number one, get hold of Bitcoin, and how do I, number two, transfer it to you?
Okay.
Do I always need a miner?
No. So you always need a miner, but you're not involved with the miner. That the miner has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Imagine this. Imagine like you're trying to pay someone with a check.
Yeah. I'll write the check and send it off to the bank.
Yeah.
And then it gets to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's how it works. Except this is all done online now. Okay. So you don't really need to
get in contact with someone.
Okay. To do that.
So back to the question. Yeah. How do I get hold of Bitcoin?
How do you get hold of Bitcoin?
I buy it?
You need to first buy Bitcoin.
Okay.
You can use apps. So the whole point of this
is you can buy it with real cash currently.
Yeah, so you buy with. So basically, to get hold of Bitcoin, you need to buy it with currency.
Okay.
Now, people will say Bitcoin is currently worth about £17,000 or $17,000. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
In actual fact, for one Bitcoin, that's its value now. You don't need $17,000 to buy a Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. So me and you can go there and say, I only want to spend £50 on Bitcoin. And they'll give you 0.00001 of
how
Bitcoin.
Much is a Bitcoin.
Exactly. Okay. Once you have that Bitcoin, you store it in what is called a wallet. A wallet is essentially, everyone has a wallet, or you would have had a wallet. But a wallet in this case is basically a digital wallet. It's like a storage facility on your phone, like an app that allows you to store your Bitcoin.
Okay. Is there a centralized place I can buy Bitcoin from, or is there various different ones?
There's various.
Okay, if there's various different places I can buy the Bitcoin from, how do I keep track of all of them in one place?
That's the hard thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, so you need to get some pen and paper or open up your laptop, create a Word document or Excel document and say, this is what I have here.
Okay, so each different seller of Bitcoin, for example, they have their own wallet within the app. So say I download an app called, I don't know, Bitcoin X, and I buy £10 worth of Bitcoin. That Bitcoin is kept on that app. All right.
Yeah. So there's different ways of storing as well. This is where we can get very complicated, because now you're delving into the world of paranoia and just people not fully trusting, because people can still hack, even though it's supposed to be hack proof. We've seen stories in the news that people are hacking and stealing people's Bitcoin. So there are different ways of storing. You can do like a hard store, which is basically taking your Bitcoin offline. It's very techie. I don't fully understand it myself, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get involved. Find out people that have information. So basically, I'll give you a couple of steps. When you want to buy Bitcoin, there's a few apps that you can buy Bitcoin. So one is called Blockchain, one is called Coinbase. There are many. So you buy Bitcoin. Let's say you now want to buy different cryptocurrency, because there's many. So there's Dash, there's Litecoin, there's IOTA, there's Ethereum.
Are they all interchangeable? Is it like US dollar and pounds?
Yeah, so now you're beginning to get into the world of like Forex trading. So to get these other cryptocurrencies, you need to own Bitcoin.
So to get them in the first place, I need to get Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the main one. I can't buy DAX, for example, or other types of cryptocurrencies.
You can only usually buy Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum using your cash, your pounds, your dollars, your euros. Okay. The other form of cryptocurrencies, you need to change into them using Bitcoin.
Okay, so main advice for everyday people like me, I should just buy Bitcoin, nothing else.
No.
Should I look into the other stuff?
Yeah, definitely. The reason being is because Bitcoin is being, the flavor of the day. But I can tell you now that the other day, one of the cryptocurrencies went up over 100%.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Bitcoin only did, 5%? Okay. So now the value is moving into others, because, like I said, Bitcoin was the first major one to be adopted. Now you've got others that are trying to solve a problem or like trying to improve a Bitcoin. It's like, it was like when social media first started. We had MySpace, We had Bieber, I think.
There's Bebo, one called
Bebo. There was Hi-Fi. They were like the first generation, and then all of a sudden
Facebook won out essentially.
Exactly, Facebook then won. So all of these guys are trying to win the race.
Okay, cool. Okay, so back to the main point. You're talking about how to actually use Bitcoin. So at first you said first thing is you use an app. For example, right?
So you need to use
apps to buy Bitcoin.
So you need to open up an app.
Yeah.
Straightforward. You can go on your App Store or Play Store, look for apps called Blockchain, Coinbase. As soon as you open them up, the process is relatively straightforward. I put that in quotes because of the fact that Bitcoin is like such a hot topic at the moment. A lot of people are trying to get into it, like the gold rush. And like with technology and apps, the more people using it, the slower it gets. So like the apps have been terrible over the last few days because so many people are just jumping on this now. But as soon as you get on the app, open up an account, buy Bitcoin, like it will let you like pay using your bank account, bank card. Buy Bitcoin. I know Coinbase allows you to buy either like you can buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum.
Yeah.
Once you then do that, if you want to get involved in the other cryptocurrencies, which are known as altcoins, i.e. alternative crypto, because they're not main ones, you need an exchange. So an exchange is basically a platform that allows you to change your Bitcoin for other cryptocurrencies. And there's quite a few. Okay. So popular ones, Bitfinex, Bitrex, Binance, Changelly. And that's where and literally like don't let it daunt you. Like when you search for these on Google and go on their websites, it could look a bit crazy at first. Like because you just
right now hearing it, it's just like all these names I've never heard of before. I think it's all very new. Okay.
Bottom line, to break down crypto, imagine this. Imagine you've opened up a bank account, except now that bank account is online. Then rather than using, taking money out of your bank account, rather than taking physical cash out of your bank account, you're just taking out Bitcoin. And rather than when you want to take that, let's say you want, if this is not making sense, stop me.
No, don't worry, carry on.
Okay.
So, it's a bank account basically.
It's a bank, so like the apps that you use are like, you can consider them your bank account. And then your wallet is where you store the money that you've taken from your bank account. So you can keep some of your Bitcoin in your bank account as you do with your proper cash. Or you can have some in your wallet. Like you might carry some cash around you. It's the same with Bitcoin. You can take your Bitcoin offline and store it in a wallet. So
is it also very similar? Are you familiar with FIFA and other sort of like games where you can buy points like online? Like Call of Duty, you can buy like points online, so you can buy things in the store. FIFA, you can buy FIFA points to buy players and whatnot. And I believe like there's other games like League of Legends, all these other games where you can like use real money, pounds, to buy, let's say, 5,000 FIFA points or 5,000 League of Legends points and buy cards and things within that game. Is it obviously not?
And now this is where I'm
dumbing it down. But is it
it's getting there
similar?
Is what basically? So this is where other like Bitcoin is the most popular ones. But other cryptocurrencies, these are what they're trying to. Some of the problems they're trying to solve. They're trying to become their selling point is we're not just a method of exchange. We're gonna have alternative uses, like being able to be used in gaming, like you've just said. Or for example, I can sell you my data using crypto.
What do you mean?
So you have a phone package.
Oh, okay.
Like, you have a data package with your phone.
So let's say you have
broadband.
20 gig, I only have 5.
Exactly. And
3
I want to sell it to you.
Like, 3 days left, I've got 0, you've got like 15. Is it possible for me to buy it off you?
Exactly. Using cryptocurrency.
Okay. But is that without say you're on 3, I'm on EE, is it possible to even switch like that?
So this is all part of like the future use and what they're trying to get to, from being able to be used in that kind of scenario, to gaming, to medical use, to anything you can pretty much imagine. Even like being able to, so how we now have like a sharing economy where like your Ubers, your Deliveroo's, like the gig economy again is being able to say, I need to borrow a car, I need to rent a car or something like that.
Okay.
Use crypto
Just
for
through
that. Yeah, and it can be done directly between me and you, as opposed to involving a middleman.
Okay.
So yeah.
But then again, say you have 10,000 bitcoins, I have 5,000, and I'm selling you an iPhone, however much it is in bitcoins. Let's say it costs 1 bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right? Would you not still have to send it to me via an exchange method? Let's say one of these apps, right?
Yeah.
Is that app still not considered a middleman?
You can consider it. Yeah, I guess so. You can consider it as a middleman, but it doesn't have scrutiny of government. The money is not going through banking systems. It's going directly from, even though it's going through an app, it's not going through a person per se.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to the miners. This money is not going to the miners. It's going directly to the other person.
Yeah.
When you want to sell something, like buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, or you can transfer Bitcoin to other people as well, they'll give you like a code, like a long sequence of code.
Yeah.
That you send, like you exchange between yourselves. Okay. The point of these apps is basically there has to be a way of logging these transactions, because remember, there's a finite number of Bitcoins. I think only 21 million Bitcoins ever are going to exist. I think currently ever. Yeah. So they've.
How much is that in real pounds? If we say now,
well, current valuation of Bitcoin is about 200 billion, and only for Bitcoin.
Just the whole market.
Yeah.
How many Bitcoins are out there now?
About 16 million.
So we've only got 5 million more.
Because the more Bitcoins come onto the market, the harder it is to mine. So you need to solve more transactions. Every time Bitcoin is... so basically...
diminishing margin return, essentially.
Yeah, diminishing...
The more you find, the harder it is to find more.
Yeah, so the more transactions... so you need an increasing number of... you need to solve an increasing number of transactions... to get the Bitcoin.
So it just gets harder and harder.
Yeah, so that's why it's predicted that the final Bitcoin will only be mined in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, which is 8 years away. So this is all the techie stuff, like the Star Trekky stuff that you're getting into.
Okay. Back to basics.
Yeah.
Can I use Bitcoin to buy stuff now?
Yes, you can.
So
the issue is...
so I can go on Amazon, or is it every website? Or
no, not everywhere has adopted it now.
Okay, only so websites have to adopt it.
Yeah, as a payment system. Increasingly, people are, like shops, businesses are adopting it because Bitcoin is valuable. It's like gold at the moment. Before, the thing about Bitcoin now is that people are no longer using it as for what it was intended, which was a means of transaction. It's being used as a store of value, which is why Bitcoin is now worth $17,000. Okay. If it was just, only 5 years ago, it was not, 1 Bitcoin was worth like 5 cents. So like for something,
so it's growing.
By store of value, people are just holding it and keeping it because they're speculating that it's going to keep going on in value, rather than using it to buy and sell things. Okay. So that's
okay. So back to the main point. Yeah. Some places are using it,
accepting it. Yeah.
Okay. Just before I go on to my next point, let's say Amazon adopts it tomorrow, for example, right? Yeah. And I go to buy a phone case. Yeah. I go to click on Bitcoin. Which app will it take me to take my Bitcoins? Is it connected to all the apps that do Bitcoin? Or is it only a few specific apps?
Usually, what would happen is that you would need to... wherever your Bitcoin is stored, you will go into that and say you need to transfer Bitcoin. It will give you a unique code. Yeah. Like literally like 20 to 30 code of like letters and numbers. Yeah. That code is what you would then copy into whatever Amazon, whatever Amazon is using to accept the payment.
So I go on my app, I say I need to spend £7.50. Yeah. So I put it into my app. Yeah. And the app gives me a code. Yeah. And then I copy and paste that code into Amazon. Yeah. And then that works.
Yeah. Or vice versa. Amazon at checkout might say, this is the code you need to enter into your wallet for us to receive the Bitcoin. And then it does that. So so that's how it works.
Yeah, so many questions. I got so many questions. Yeah, still, yeah.
But then when they'll also tell you, like, they will still give you the option of buying in pounds, dollars. Yeah, they'll work out the price and so,
do you? I've been hearing that this is the future currency and whatnot. How far away are we from Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency being the general currency? And also, if cryptocurrency is, say there's Bitcoin, DAX, and other types of currencies, will it be similar to pounds, US dollars, and whatnot, where we have different currencies in different regions? Or do you think we'll have one main cryptocurrency that everyone will use?
Very, very, very good question. And it's very difficult to say because we're still very much at the start of the process of cryptocurrency. It's still not universally adopted. Cryptocurrency is only about 5% of all money in the world. 5%. I think so, less than 5%. Okay. So it shows that it's not been 5%. Okay. So of all the money you can imagine being in the world, cryptocurrency accounts for about 5%.
When did cryptocurrency start?
Probably it started, I think, over 10 years ago. But I think Bitcoin, the first successful attempt was Bitcoin, and that was 2009, I want to say. Okay. So and it's still not fully.
But to me, 5% of all monies in the world, that's still quite a large portion.
Not really. Not in the grand scheme of things.
No, but after only about what 8.
You can see it that way. I mean, I do believe that we're going because everything is moving. We're in the digital age. Yeah. So it makes sense for money and banking to follow and be digitized. Already, basic normal banking is now app based. I can do my basic banking on apps. But now to get a currency that's digitized only makes sense because I mean, we all spend our lives on the internet, that's the direction of growth. Okay, it's hard to say if there will be a universal one, i.e., Bitcoin, or another one will dominate. Yeah. Some governments are starting to get involved. I think the Japanese are doing something. Yeah, I think the Korean government has done something. Okay. So we might get countries converting their currency into digitized money. Yeah.
Okay, give me a prediction. 2050, 2030, when will
it's hard. It's very hard to say. Because at the moment there's still a lot of fear, doubt as to the authenticity of cryptocurrency and its use. Yeah. Especially because the price has just been skyrocketing so quickly. Yeah. And then if governments decide to get involved, that's another issue. Because right now it's not regulated. Okay. If a government decides to start regulating it, that can also affect adoption. Okay. But it seems it's very hard to slow a wave, a building wave, like a wave gathering momentum. Yeah. So I do believe it's going to be a main form of exchange. As and when, it's going to be very difficult because right now most people still don't understand it unless you've been really involved in cryptocurrency from the onset. And a lot of people that are jumping onto it are just using it to speculate and try and make money. And there's no problem with that, especially now. Yeah. Just don't put all your money into it.
Okay, that was a lot of stuff we just learned about. Let's just recap everything right now. Cryptocurrency is the form of digital exchange. It's not the actual thing. Bitcoin is just the most popular one, but there are many, many types. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are very important because there's no middleman. It's completely unregulated by any governmental body. That just means me and you can buy and exchange with each other with no middleman. To buy cryptocurrencies now, you can just go on the App Store and just download any cryptocurrency app that allows us to buy either Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies with real money. Some companies have actually started to integrate Bitcoin into their purchasing system as well. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.